I'm 29, and I've been dating 28, since May last year. We have a very good relationship together. When we're together, you'll soon understand, and after many years of looking for a partner, I saw in him a person I could invest in for the future. It so happens that although my boyfriend has an apartment 5 minutes away from mine, in recent months he has had to travel to another city, 8 hours away, and stay with his parents about 5 to 6 times during last year. I honestly lost count. Once it was to help move house, another time it was to help with the move again because he stayed for almost a month and in the end it didn't work out. Then it was for I don't know what because I started to get annoyed about it and didn't care much anymore. I understand that before I came into his life this was already happening, but for a while now I've felt that he's become comfortable with it and has forced me into a position of acceptance in order to be with him. At Christmas his grandfather died, and he was supposed to come back for New Year's, our first together, but he decided to stay to support his family. Okay, I understand. However, even 2 weeks later he hasn't shown any concrete interest in coming back and staying with me. I fully understand that the grief has hit him very hard, but at the same time I still feel bad about being here alone since Christmas without his company. My family has always valued independence. My mother raised me to live life and make the best of it. But it seems that my boyfriend's family relies so much on his presence that it's as if the umbilical cord is still there. Fuck, we're almost 30 and it gets on my nerves having to deal with something like this, as if we were teenagers. Maybe it's because he's the only child and I'm the eldest of 3 siblings that these differences happen. Yesterday we had a bad argument because he'd told me he was coming back on a certain date. He only said it because I asked, and now he's changed his mind and said he's going to have to help his mother and stay longer. Am I so wrong to want to have a priority position too? I don't want to erase his grief, his love for his mother and his family, but I'm tired of this frequent distance that cut into our relationship just in the first year, and now I feel it's full of holes. One of the things that hurt me the most was that he explicitly said that I will never have the same importance as his parents, maybe in 10 years. As if I wanted to have the position of his parents. I want to have my position as his boyfriend and future life partner since we're in this together. And for me, regardless of what's going on in his life, it's unacceptable that I should receive this treatment and still be called insensitive for demanding the space that I think should be mine too. Another point is that he and his mother keep feeding each other sadness, crying over the loss and literally doing nothing since the death. I want to see my boyfriend well, and I don't think there's any point in him visiting his dead grandfather's house every day and having to help his mother get over it so close to where everything happened. It's not healthy for them. He mentioned yesterday that he wasn't even thinking about getting back to our city. Like, hey, you're in a relationship with me and you don't feel like getting back close to me? What about my feelings? Do I have to wait for his life to get back on track before I can have a healthy relationship again? I really know my faults and that I'm a very direct person when I need to take a stand. I don't want to take anyone's place but my own. And even though we're not blood relatives, if we want to have a long-term relationship, that means I'll be his family in the future. So it doesn't make sense to be neglected so many times in a row and be left with that bitter feeling in my mouth. An additional point is that I've been hating being on my cell phone lately, but it's been my only option since he's away, so it's one more thing I have to accept. Do you think I'm wrong to think this way? Insensitive because I want to see him away from this cloud of sadness? Wrong to demand that I also be a priority in his life, whatever happens. I'm healthy, I have a job, I have my own life. It's not as if I need help, but I want him near me because I love him and because I want to build a story together. It hurt a lot to hear that I would never be as important as his parents because deep down he will never be as important as my parents either, but I think that when you love someone you need to make them feel as important as possible. Edit, I don't think it's clear, but I'm completely respecting his grief all these days. The post is about the construction of our relationship, which had physical gaps, and now this factor that led him to distance himself even more. For God's sake, I know that you can't measure grief, and that he needs to be there as long as his family needs him. But don't I, as his boyfriend, deserve at least a deadline of his return and to feel that he misses me, even with all this going on? At the beginning of the post, I said that we get on very well, but that I'm feeling bad because I don't have the prospect that one day I'll have the importance that I already try to give him in my life today.